After 14 years of Conservative government, the successive promises to reduce migration to the tens of thousands were never fulfilled.
The Conservative Party have destroyed themselves over the issue of immigration. Since 2010 to 2024, 3.7 million people have been let into the country. That means in the last 2 years, 1 in 30 people that is walking around in the UK now came here in the last 2 years. That's madness. And the reason the Conservative Party have done this are again for economic and ideological reasons. The economic reasons are pretty simple. It's around 20 to 25% of Conservative Party donors are house builders. So they have the incentive to keep demand high, meaning they keep prices high, but they keep house building levels quite low. They ration the supply. And this is pretty evident because, as Robert Jenrick, former immigration minister, has recently published, 89% of the reason why house building demand is outpacing supply is because of annual immigration. We need to build a new house every 2 minutes just to meet the demand from immigration. But the ideological reasons are pretty simple. Lots of Conservatives would rather be liked by the kind of woolly blank slate liberals and open borders leftists who would sooner see them dead than victorious than make good on their electoral mandate to reduce immigration to the numbers of the tens of thousands that they've promised in 2010, 2015, 2017, 2019 and now 2024, and nobody believes them anymore. They have no credibility, and this is why they're going to be voted out on the issue of immigration alone.
Because of our extremely liberal secular society, it's got so extreme that it kind of pushes people to be ashamed of their own heritage. At the same time, we are told that anybody else from the outside, we have to be proud and embrace their heritage. You can't undermine their heritage, but you should be ashamed of being English. And even when it comes to the local communities, it's not, at this point it's no longer about English or British, it's simply about the local people who happen to be Anglo-Saxon in these places. There's a reason that these people were complaining years ago about obviously the shift in terms of their tribes and their areas. Back then, you had the likes of Tony Blair and all the cosmopolitan liberals who were saying, why is it all these white people who hardly have any immigration in their areas are complaining? It's because their instinct was right. They could see what could happen in their areas, and that's why they were resisting. They were not being racist or anything like that.
One aspect of mass migration that concerns me the most is the rise of radical Islam in the UK. Radical Islam has been present in Great Britain since the 1970s, but it did not gain wider public attention until the 7th of July 2005 London bombings. With nearly 5 million Muslims and 2,000 mosques, and the Office for National Statistics estimating 13 million Muslims by 2050, the future of this country will be shaped by what happens within this demographic. Yes, unfortunately, it is absolutely true that the future of this country will be shaped amongst the Islamic community, the demographic that will be, within the next few decades, reaching over 50% because of the birth rate and mass migration. This was a short clip from our new documentary on Tousi TV+, Britain's Multiculturalism Myth. If you want to watch the whole thing, uncensored and unfiltered, go on www.tousi.tv. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya Tousi, and we are the media.